Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Kola B. Throughout this season, we've explored the complexities of modern connection, often focusing on the experience of loving someone distant. We've dissected patterns like unavailability, the push-pull, and the anxiety they trigger. But today, we need to shift our lens. We need to step behind the walls for a moment and explore one of the most hidden, misunderstood, and rarely discussed aspects of the avoidant attachment style: the profound, often unacknowledged loneliness that can exist within the fortress of self-reliance. We see the avoidance, we feel the distance, we experience the withdrawal as coldness, indifference, maybe even arrogance. They seem perfectly fine alone. They insist they don't need anyone. Their entire persona often screams self-sufficiency. But as a psychologist who has worked extensively with attachment patterns, I can tell you that beneath that carefully constructed armor, there often lies a quiet, persistent ache, a deep, unmet human need for connection that they simultaneously crave and fear. It's not always that they don't care. It's that caring, needing, and connecting feel fundamentally dangerous to their system. And the very strategies they use to protect themselves from perceived danger are the ones that ultimately trap them in a state of profound existential isolation. Today, we're going to explore the quiet ache behind the avoidance walls, understand its roots, and perhaps find a new layer of compassion. Not excuse hurtful behavior, but to grasp the full human tragedy of this pattern. 1. The fortress was built for a reason, revisiting the roots. To understand the loneliness, we have to remember why the walls went up in the first place. As we've discussed, avoidant attachment typically stems from early experiences where needs weren't consistently met. Emotional or physical needs might have been ignored, dismissed, or met unreliably. The child learns, my needs are inconvenient or unimportant. I must rely only on myself. Vulnerability was punished. Expressing emotions like sadness, fear, or neediness might have been met with criticism, shame, or withdrawal from caregivers. The child learns, feelings are dangerous. Showing need leads to rejection. It's safer to appear strong and independent. Enmeshment/intrusion. Sometimes caregivers were overly intrusive or lacked boundaries, making closeness feel suffocating or like a loss of self. The child learns, intimacy means being controlled or engulfed. I need distance to maintain my identity. In all these scenarios, the core lesson internalized is true connection is unsafe. Self-reliance is survival. The fortress of independence isn't built out of a genuine preference for solitude. It's built out of a deep, often subconscious fear of relational pain. It's a trauma response, an adaptation that was necessary for survival then. Second, the illusion of contentment. Independence versus isolation. Fast forward to adulthood. The avoidant individual often excels in areas that reward independence: careers, hobbies, intellectual pursuits. They appear confident, capable, and in control. They might have social circles, even casual relationships, but deep, vulnerable intimacy is kept at bay. On the surface, they project contentment with this arrangement. They genuinely believe their own narrative. I'm happier on my own. Relationships are too much drama. I don't need anyone. This isn't necessarily a lie. It's a deeply ingrained defense mechanism. Admitting the underlying loneliness would require confronting the very vulnerability they've spent a lifetime suppressing. But here's the internal reality: suppressed longing. The fundamental human need for connection doesn't just disappear because it feels unsafe. It gets buried. This suppressed longing often manifests indirectly, perhaps as a vague sense of emptiness, chronic restlessness, a feeling that something is missing, or even physical symptoms related to chronic low-grade stress. Superficial connections. They might engage in many social interactions, but these often lack depth. Vulnerability is avoided, conversations stay surface level, and true emotional intimacy is rarely achieved, leaving them feeling unseen even when surrounded by people. Workaholism, compulsive busyness, pouring all their energy into work, hobbies, or constant activity can be a way to avoid the discomfort of stillness and the potential emergence of lonely feelings. Busyness becomes a shield against introspection, fear masked as disinterest. What looks like a lack of interest in deeper connection is often profound fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of losing control, fear of repeating past hurts. It's easier to pretend not to want something than to admit you want it, but are terrified you can't handle it or will be hurt by it. The strength of their independence often isolates them. They might achieve external success, but internally they can feel profoundly disconnected from others and often from their own deeper emotions. The fortress keeps danger out, but it also keeps warmth, nourishment, and genuine connection out. It becomes a lonely prison of their own making. I want to pause here because this perspective challenges the common narrative. If you've ever sensed a hidden sadness or isolation behind someone's avoidant exterior, or if you recognize aspects of this lonely fortress within yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. It's an acknowledgement that human experience is complex and behavior often masks deeper, unseen struggles. Third, the double bind. Why they can't just choose connection. Why don't they just choose to connect if they're lonely? This is the heartbreaking double bind of the avoidant pattern. Closeness triggers fear. When they do start to feel genuine connection, their internal alarm system, wired by past experiences, goes off. Intimacy feels like a threat to their autonomy, their safety, their sense of self. The anxiety becomes unbearable, triggering the instinct to pull away and create distance to feel safe again. Distance creates loneliness, but once they successfully create that distance, the immediate fear subsides, only to be replaced eventually by the ache of disconnection. The very safety they sought through withdrawal leads back to the underlying loneliness. They are caught in a loop. Closeness feels dangerous, but distance feels empty. They want connection, but the process of connecting feels terrifying. They want intimacy, but they fear its perceived consequences more than they desire its rewards. This isn't a simple choice they can just switch off. It's a deep-seated pattern rooted in their nervous system's definition of safety. Breaking this pattern requires immense courage, self-awareness, and often professional support to slowly build tolerance for vulnerability and rewire those old associations. And if you find value in exploring these deeper psychological layers, if understanding the why behind behavior helps you navigate your own life and relationships with more compassion and clarity, then I invite you to hit that subscribe button. Consider it a commitment to looking beyond the surface and understanding the complexities of the human heart. 4. Compassion without condoning, understanding versus enabling. Understanding the loneliness behind avoidance is not an excuse for hurtful behavior. Ghosting, inconsistency, emotional unavailability. These actions cause real pain, and recognizing the avoidance struggle does not negate the impact on those around them. However, understanding the root of their behavior, fear, not malice, can be profoundly liberating for you if you are dealing with an avoidant person. It depersonalizes the hurt. When you realize their withdrawal is about their internal struggle with safety and control, not a reflection of your worth or lovability, it hurts less personally. You stop asking, "What did I do wrong?" and start seeing, "This is their pattern activating." It fosters realistic expectations. Understanding the depth of their fear helps you recognize that you cannot love them enough to fix it. Their healing journey is their own. This awareness prevents you from pouring endless energy into a dynamic that cannot meet your needs. It informs your boundaries. Compassion allows you to set boundaries with clarity rather than anger. You can say, I understand closeness might feel difficult for you, but I need consistency and emotional availability in a relationship. This dynamic isn't working for me, without needing to demonize them. You can hold both empathy for their struggle and respect for your own needs. Understanding their potential loneliness allows you to detach with compassion rather than resentment. It helps you see the tragedy of the pattern. Someone desperately needing connection but being unable to sustain it without making their tragedy your responsibility. 5. A word to the avoidant, if you're listening. If you recognize yourself in this description, if you feel that quiet ache of loneliness behind your capable exterior, please hear this. Your pattern is understandable. It was born from a need to protect yourself. But the strategies that kept you safe then might be costing you the connection you secretly crave now. The loneliness you feel is real. It's a signal from your deeper self that the fortress has served its purpose, and perhaps it's time to learn how to safely open the gate, even just a crack. Healing is possible. It starts with acknowledging the loneliness, recognizing the fear, and bravely choosing to explore what lies beyond the walls, perhaps with the help of a therapist who understands attachment. Vulnerability, practiced in safe increments, doesn't have to be dangerous. It can be the path back to yourself and ultimately to the connection you deserve. 6. The quiet ache, a universal lesson. The loneliness of the avoidant, though specific in its manifestation, touches on a universal human truth. We all build walls to protect ourselves from pain, but those same walls can inadvertently block out the love and connection we need to thrive. Understanding this pattern, whether in others or ourselves, invites us to approach connection with more awareness, more compassion, and a deeper appreciation for the courage it takes to truly let someone in. It reminds us that behind even the most defended exteriors, there often lies a vulnerable heart longing for safety and belonging. This is Dr. Cola B. Thank you for exploring this sensitive and often unseen aspect of human connection with me. If this message offered you a new perspective or a moment of understanding, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and remember, true strength isn't found in impenetrable walls, but in the courage to connect despite our fears. Be kind to yourself and others navigating this complex journey. I'll see you next time.